SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
Have you been seriously injured? Mama Justice is here for you. Our medical team partners with top-notch doctors, surgeons, therapists, and urologists, ensuring a comprehensive recovery journey. If you've been injured, call Mama Justice today. We're here for you.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on, I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar.
Just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute. That's right.
Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. I am Steve Azar, excited about today's show as always. A little extra excited because these guys are like family. I'll get to that in a minute. Visit Mississippi.org, splashing, spreading, sharing the love of the fact that we are the birthplace of America's music. It's been 100 years, B.B. King, his birthday this year, which the B.B. King Museum has been celebrating. Take a road trip down to Indianola, Mississippi, and forever change your life. The King of the Blues. Are you kidding me? All right, let's get to it. Today's guest and I have spent a whole lot of ourselves together, making music on stage, on the tour bus, living there, planes, trains, automobiles, has nothing on us. Late night Waffle Houses all over this U.S. and beyond. They are usually my annual guests come Delta Soul time when we have our live show, the only live show of the year. Because we're sound checking, it's convenient, and I make them do it. And obviously Team SuperTalk, Alex and Houston in general, really love them more than they love me, and I think they've let me know that. But I am forever grateful for our team at SuperTalk, Kim and Steve, Will, the entire team that comes down and they do their live broadcasts from here. And it means the world that they give so much and believe so much in what we're doing to hopefully make an impact on society, which we're doing our best. And I'm forever grateful for that team. My guys, I thought it'd be fun to do a regular show. They've been on before, but it's been a couple years. They also have a new podcast that they're conjuring up, and I want to talk to them about that. And their band Turquoise Willie is about to put their second studio album out. So I thought it'd be a good time to maybe celebrate that and once again reiterate the fact that they did this band behind my back, which is a lot of fun, just to at least throw that out. One's from West Lafayette, Indiana. One's from actually Nashville, one of the three people ever born and raised in Nashville without moving there. Both have been with me a very long time, like I talked about. We have a very strong bond. We might screw up and tell old stories, war stories that we swore we'd never tell, but as old as we're getting, actually they're getting older, I'm not, that maybe it'll slip out. Man, one's to my left, one's to my right. So let's get to it right now with Jason Young and Chris Schultz. Hey, boys.
Hello, hello. So you said in the intro that we were like family, and I just want to let everybody know that's so true. Steve, I think, actually still owes me money that I lent him. I don't remember what it was for, but that's what family does.
We never pay you back. Why would I do that? Why would I pay you back? All right, well, I appreciate you guys taking the time. I know you have time because we have our resident show here down in the Delta for Viking Cruise Line. They're actually at the hotel that I'm putting them in, and I am actually in my studio because I won't let them come visit. Like most family, they're not allowed in my house. So anyway, it's going to probably get
been there. This is the first time I've seen this room. Hey, I don't even know.
No, you know the room. This is the room where you conjured me in to giving you one of my guitars, the Hummingbird.
For the record, the Hummingbird.
Yeah.
That was a long series of just breaking you down. It was years of just like this little seeds. Like, yeah, we did write a hit song on that. That was really should probably.
Couple of them. No, hit song on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really just sort of this slow process, just one drip at a time. Just there I was breaking it down.
Well, let me break this to you real quick about the one drip. I was going to give it to you from the start. I just wanted to make you suffer a little bit.
He made
Chris
me work for it.
Well, yeah, he picked the one day though. He was gifted it on my birthday.
Oh, that's right.
It was my birthday.
I saw you, Chris. I saw you reach out like you were going to get it, and all of a sudden, Jason took it, and you pull your hands back, and you just kind of dissolved in the chair.
Well, but really, I think here's the thing. In life, as we get older, we really, really learn that other people's happiness is the greatest gift anyway. And so really, you were giving Chris the greatest birthday gift by him seeing how happy I was.
It's beautiful. And we hadn't let Chris talk yet. We hadn't even let him talk.
Chris.
He hasn't even been able to talk yet, which is another gift, because, Chris, let's talk about this. Jason and I didn't know you could talk because for years you didn't say a word because I think you were scared of me or scared of Jason. What was going on?
I was doing a lot. I think I wore 4 or 5 hats at all times. So
I think it was
and you're not what?
I think it was 1:30 in the morning, and we were outside of Ishpeming, Michigan, and I was sitting.
Can you say that one more time?
Ishpeming, Michigan. We were driving through there. It was like I think it was like 1:36 in the morning. And I was sitting on the bus watching something, and Chris was over by the sink where the microwave was, and I think he said, "Excuse me," and I was jumped like I was shot. I thought he was mute.
He used to write notes to me. I never heard him talk. I tell you what, I did know he could catch a guitar.
Oh, good hands.
Great. The best hands I've ever seen in my life. The other day when we were playing our show, I didn't want to tell you this, but I decided I wanted to throw it, but I had the wrong guitar, the one that turns, it doesn't, fly.
Oh.
And I was trying to find somebody I could throw it to, and there was nobody. So I was thinking it was going to be Wesley Smith.
Oh,
but he
no.
was nowhere to be found, and just thinking, what would Wesley do if I just chunked it at him?
I got to tell you, I sort of feel like Wesley'd have his hands in his pockets and he'd kind of like back his head out of the way and watch it go by. Like, certainly that wasn't meant for me.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. All right. Well, I want to dig in and talk about your dads in the next segment, but right now we've eaten up a lot of time in this segment. We got a little left, but, Jason, you grew up in West Lafayette, Indiana. Do you pronounce it Lafayette or Lafayette?
You know what? I am so offended that you would even.
I know, but I'm asking. A lot of people say it different ways.
No, only in Tennessee do they say Lafayette. They say Lafayette in Indiana. They say Lafayette in Louisiana. They say
it in Mississippi.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Tennessee's the only place that pronounces it
Lafayette.
Lafayette. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it is.
How do y'all still live there? What's going on here?
Brutal.
You can't even pronounce things.
Well, I mean, neither one of us live in Lafayette, I guess.
Yeah, Lafayette.
Lebanon, and I live in Murfreesboro.
So Purdue, you obviously grew up watching some great quarterbacks, Jason.
Great quarterbacks, and some great basketball players too. We've talked about this, the whole SEC. Being a Purdue fan.
Hey, be careful right now.
No. Being a Purdue, no. I'm not beating up on the SEC.
Yeah, you better watch out.
No. They are clearly superior in football, although the Big Ten has won the last 2 national championships.
We can't keep up with that.
It's not even important.
We lose count.
But if you grow up a Purdue fan, as far as Purdue football is concerned, you're a fan of particular players. It's not that kind of thing. They don't really ever put it together quite like that. Mm-hmm. As far as being a Purdue fan of a team sport, it's a basketball thing, for sure.
Yeah, but you've had Len Dawson.
Oh God, Len
Drew
Dawson,
Brees, Jim Everett, Bob Greasy.
Yeah, Rod Woodson. I mean, not a quarterback, but great players.
Probably played quarterback in high school.
And Mike Allstott. I mean,
Allstott.
Just some great players.
Beast.
Yeah.
And Chris, you grew up in which college football team? What does that say?
Tennessee.
It's that disgusting orange color.
Tennessee.
That's why I left town. I couldn't take it anymore.
Okay, so being in Middle Tennessee, you always rooted for both Vandy and Tennessee. But like my brother went to Tennessee, so I saw a lot of games there. I got to see Peyton play down there.
Wow.
And
you said Peyton, right?
Yeah. And And then of course got to see some cool Vandy games. And then of course got to see the Bulls used to come in and do preseason games at the Memorial Gym and, at Vandy as well. So I got to see Michael Jordan play a few games down there. And it's always easy back in the day to get like Vandy tickets because nobody ever went.
Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan didn't play, an ABA professional basketball game at 61 like I did. Chris, you've talked too much.
We'll work on that.
Let's take a quick break. In a Mississippi Minute, you can tell we have a lot of fun together. For the last 26 and 31 years we've been together. That's a long time between the two of these guys. They've been a blessing for me. Speaking of a blessing, visit Mississippi.org. Shares the wealth of how potent Mississippi has been to the ever-changing music world. I'm Steve Azar. We'll be right back.
Mississippi, Mississippi.
Fox on Tech.
Get ready to pay more for music. Spotify will raise its prices for U.S. customers in early 2026. That's according to the Financial Times. The streaming service, which today not only trades in music but in other audio like podcasts, currently costs $11.99 a month for an individual account. The price hike may make some Spotify users scowl a bit, but it does follow price increases in Spotify's other markets around the world. Those price jumps have been moderate, like in Europe, where the price per month only went up €1. But why raise the price at all? Experts say Spotify's costs have been going up. Firstly, they added lossless audio to their offerings. That increased quality requires more digital power to deliver. And there's been talk that the record labels, which produce much of the music from big-name artists, are demanding more money from streaming platforms. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
Water, and we're in too deep.
I'm going to let Chris Schultz talk in a second. Jason Young, my guest today, my bandmates forever. I mean, I've been with these guys so long. It's just been, I've been forever grateful. It's been, I can't imagine looking left and right and not seeing these guys. And like I said, gratitude. Visit Mississippi.org. It's been with me since I started this show. I don't think they realize how long they've been with me. If they're listening, Rochelle and the team, if they're listening, I didn't say it. Just keep going. Keep being involved. And because I am a believer in everything that Visit Mississippi stands for, go to visit Mississippi.org, plan a road trip. Jason Young and Chris Schultz are my guests. Their band is Turquoise Willie, if you want to check them out. Their band started somewhere scheming. They used to whisper a lot on the tour bus, and I know what they were talking about now. They were going like, we're going to start our own band, and Steve's not going to know about it until it's done, and we don't want him to be a part of it. So, I mean, that's what I saw and heard. I didn't want to tell them that. I could read their lips. But every time I got close to them, they would break away and say, oh, we're not talking about you. But that's sort of how it goes. Chris, your dad spent time with bands. What?
We really need to psychoanalyze that behavior. When you watch football and the team huddles up, do you think they're talking about you?
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Okay, back to Chris.
Well, I mean, if I was on the field and I started walking up, they would definitely unhuddle and go either we weren't talking about you or why are you on the field? So anyway, Chris, your dad. Big time influence in Music City. Spent a lot of time on the road. You called him a fixer. That's what the industry called him. His nickname was Frida, you told me, because of his name. And so tell me about that story and why, but worked with Alabama, Billy Ray Cyrus. Give me some more names. Shoot them out.
KT Oslin, Randy Travis. It goes on and on and on.
So I want you to take me back growing up as a little kid. And then how it ended up you picked up your first guitar. And then how much of growing up around him, has shaped your entire life. And then tell me the story about Frida as well.
Okay. Well, I just remember it from the beginning. So like Dad got out of the Navy with like a business degree and like jumped right into like the music business at the right time. It just all kind of like it was blowing up. And he was one of the first guys to kind of excel up the level of putting productions together, to putting tours together. He learned to do everything. And he was brought in to be the fixer. If something was wrong with your tour, they would fly him in or bring him in. And if you knew, his nickname at that point was Big Al. So if you saw Big Al coming out, then there was problems. Like the labels would call up and send him out, and he'd shake things up military style with a handshake and a smile. And get your budget right, get your crew in line, and on to the next one. And so the Frida nickname came from when he was working with KT Oslin, and that was her nickname for him after a stewardess had walked past him and saw him from behind. He had really long hair at that point in time, and he was sitting there talking to KT, and the lady read the ticket, and the ticket says Fred A, but she read it as Frida. From that point on, he was Frida, and I can't remember what her nickname was, but I hope they'll come back to me. But she was registered under an alias at every place that she went as well, because she blew up really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your dad growing up, you growing up around your dad, I'm sorry. And, you're seeing all this. How old were you when you recognized what was going on?
Early as 5 years,
Yeah.
just because music was always around. You're immersed in it. You're around, you're behind the lines watching it happen. And it's so contagious. And that's the age of music and guitars, and it was just bigger than life.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to do what they were doing, because it looked like it felt good, and it did feel good once you started doing it. And then of course with Dad and stuff, it was cool to kind of end up doing what I did. And I feel like, and I wrote this in his eulogy, basically it was a way for me to see the world through my dad's eyes.
Yeah.
So,
and when do you pick the guitar up and decide it's going to be that?
It's 7, 8 years old. And
you never told us you played. I'm kidding. I knew he played. Jason, you like that?
Again, it was 1:36 in the morning. It was just, he said, "Excuse me," I jumped. I'd never heard it.
I think I signaled just this.
Yeah. Nobody needs to see that. It's interesting. You had to wait a long time because you were my guitar tech and then my tour manager. Yep. And my guitar tech, and you wear all these hats, and now you don't tech for me. You help me, but it's not like the old days where you had all the guitars and you have, my guitars were in your hands way more than they were in my hands, and you were in control of all of that, and it was a lot to do, a lot of different tunings, and we had fun together with all that. But your guitar playing, to me, I got to tell you, of all the guitar players that I've ever had on stage with me, you're absolutely my favorite. And it took that long for us to realize that it's just something about you and your slide playing, which should be born and raised here in the Mississippi Delta, which is not an easy thing to do, to stay in pitch and have all of that soul and have the, and let go, but yet stay in key and in pitch. It's almost an impossible feat. And you're so incredibly accurate. When did you pick the slide up?
From the beginning, I think I was probably 10 or 11 years old when I started.
I
started messing with opening tunings and stuff like that. Again, my grandfather played guitar too, and he used to, go out and see Chet Atkins play. And so he'd give me some lessons from time to time. But always wanting to know more about tunings and techniques and sound and textures. It's meant everything.
Yeah.
And of course with you, you gave me opportunity a long time ago too. Even when I was teching, to come out and play on some pieces, and it was great. I did mandolin stuff here and there, or a little bandtar or an extra guitar here and there. So
you'd play, but you know what? I had to do something to keep you interested. One of these, take care of my stupid guitars. that was the last thing. Although they're really not stupid. That you love them, and I love them. Yeah, I used to come out. We have a new guitar. You're going to play. I love that. You don't think I didn't love that? Jason was over there looking hiding in a corner, look at those two over there, becoming friends. Jason.
I knew Chris would tell me everything later.
You'd huddle up and whisper about it.
We'd huddle up and we were twisting our mustaches. Our master plan.
I wonder if Alex and Houston are laughing at Super Talk, right? If they're listening right now. They're getting a good kick out. Do we not love them?
They're the best.
Love them when they come to Delta Soul.
They're the best.
They are the absolute best. They are special, special people. Jason, we only got a minute right now. So we'll talk about your dad and everything. What? Yeah, go ahead.
Am I your of all the percussionist, harmonica player, backup singers you've had? Am I your favorite percussionist, harmonica player / backup singer you've ever had?
Third best.
Third best. Awesome. That's where I wanted to be.
I'm going to have to make up some names after the break. I'm going to think during the break. I'm really going to think it through because I know there had to be two others in my career. I've got no memory right now of
right.
but I'm sure they were taller. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's not really an accomplishment. I don't feel like.
Height is a very big accomplishment. Pardon the pun. Very tall.
Let's put it this way: height is an accomplishment, but not getting taller than me, that's really not an accomplishment. I mean, most seventh graders have already accomplished that.
We're going to take a break. We made it to the break. Hallelujah. Visit Mississippi.org. Please check it out. They're going to be at the Thanksgiving parade.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
I just want it to be the Rose Bowl so bad.
Sounds fun. I don't think that's it.
Okay, Thanksgiving. Sorry. We'll be right back. I'm Steve Azar.
Say we're in cold water, but I do believe we're in cold water, and I shall believe.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
This holiday.
In a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
The Thanksgiving parade is where Visit Mississippi.org is celebrating the birthplace of American music. Jim Henson and the Muppets, B.B. King, 100-year birthday. I mean, you got to check that out. I keep wanting it to be a Rose Bowl parade for some reason, but I guess it's Thanksgiving. I just know there's a parade on TV, and I know it's coming up, and they're kind of around each time, same within a month and a half of each other. That's the best I can do. Visit Mississippi.org. That's the very best you can do. Check it out. Plan a road trip. Jason, we're going to dig into your dad a little bit.
First, I would like to jump into the fact that I think people who are tuning in, this is a special episode. It's usually on sort of on a 10-year cycle where you get parade-based conversation. That normally doesn't come up. You guys are really, you've tuned in at a special time. I just want you to know that.
Especially The music and culture ambassador of the state doesn't know when the parade is actually happening.
When is the
I got to ask Rochelle.
I don't know.
I'm not deleting any of this. I want people to realize that I'm trying my best. I just want you to know that. I need a calendar in front of me. I need a calendar.
Goodness.
All right. Before people just cut us off right now, the radio, they probably already have. If you're tuning back in because you by accident turn the dial back, if there is a dial in your car, or maybe there's digitally, I don't know. All right. Jason, your dad, on a serious note, one of my favorite people ever, used to come on the bus, but I spent enough time to know that this man had a huge nurturing influence on your life personally. Not discrediting your beautiful mom. I love her so much because you definitely represent her a lot. I see her in you a lot. But your dad and the drummer that he was, the jazz drummer that he was, the love affair that he put into your being, has been special. And also your versatility musically. I want to know how that all came to be, but obviously rooted with your dad.
Okay. For the record, I just said this to Chris the other day, or last night, I think, when we were having dinner. I made the correlation. I made it like a Forrest Gump reference because I do say all the time, hey, well, my pop used to say, last night I went, I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing this. And I'm like, Forrest Gump, Dad used to say, I mean, because I do talk about it all the time. We had such a great relationship. He was a phenomenal musician and a great person and a great mentor and father and all of that stuff. As far as the versatility is concerned, he played drums and he sang. And so that was something that seemed very normal. And it wasn't till later that I realized that most people who play drums or whatever, or every musician, doesn't also sing while they're doing it. And that's not necessarily something that comes easily to a lot of people.
Sure.
Because it just seemed normal. And as I was growing up, he had a partner who played Hammond B3, and he kicked pedals, and he played harmonica, and he sang. So it was sort of this, it just seemed so normal that you just were you did whatever it took, that needs to be done, I'll do that too. And so I just kind of grew up like that, where that.
The guy that played the beat, didn't you have his B3?
No, I wish I had his B3. His son has it. So.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and his son's a drummer.
Okay. That really doesn't make any sense.
Really,
okay.
But they got the best band photo ever.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, it's classic.
What?
His dad and his dad's partner have the best band photo ever.
It's some classic stuff. Well, you talking about the character?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's killer. So, anyway.
But wait a minute. What did you get from a horn? What'd you get? You got something from somebody.
Oh, yeah, I have some pieces. Like, I have a dear, dear, dear friend who played with my band some, but he was my dad's age and played in a band with my dad, too. Great sax. Yeah. And I have his sax at the house that his wife gave me after he passed and stuff like that. So
your dad could bring it, couldn't he?
Pop was, and I don't say this because he was my dad. He was legit. I mean, he was a prodigy, really. I mean, got his first drum set at 11 years old and was playing professionally in jazz joints with, grown men. Where he first started playing was a place called Al's Barbecue, and it was an all black jazz joint.
Al's Barbecue? Was that Frida's place? Chris? Al had a barbecue joint?
Is it right?
That's your dad's place, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I may have mentioned this to you before, but the funniest thing is like finding that story out later that Al, the guy who owned the place, went to my grandfather and was like, listen, Dale, you can bring him down here, bring him down at the start of the night, but you don't need to come back down here at the end of the night, so I'll bring him home.
Wow.
And he was 13 years old. And then my grandfather went, well, yeah, that seems completely reasonable and would allow that.
Yeah. Different time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, to think that somebody was playing jazz, legitimate jazz, at 13 years old. I mean, he got his first drum set at 11. I mean, jazz is not something that's easily picked up. You know what I mean? So he was sort of a prodigy. Just took to it. Really
how much you've heard on the bus, and at my house, if you were here every morning, it's jazz.
Yeah.
It's what I listen to, not the smooth jazz. Gwen. It just gets too busy, and it's not what you have coffee to. You know what I mean? They get a little excited. Sure. And we're not a fan, Gwen and I, but we are a fan of Coltrane and, that whole world.
His dad played with Wes Montgomery.
Yep.
That's insane. Where was that?
That would be in Indianapolis, because Wes Montgomery's from Indianapolis, and his brother, Monk Montgomery, was a bass player. And so, and they were, of course, well older by the time my dad played with them. But yeah, he played with them down in jazz joints.
It's a very complicated, complex way of making music, correct?
Jazz?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, so many people don't. I would say that the lion's share of folks don't like jazz, and I think my dad always said the reason for that is because jazz is a true musician's instrument, or a musician's music.
Yeah.
It's a little too heady. It doesn't.
It can be sometimes a little too.
Yeah. It's a little overwhelming to most people if you don't understand the complex nature of it. And, when you start changing some time signatures and you're doing these things where people, it just doesn't slide across the palette easily to everyone. And so
do you think that the possibility of the first jam bands ever came from the jazz stage? Could that be?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you track back jazz, because it's true American thing, but they were people that they were from everywhere and speaking different languages, and so they couldn't really even communicate to one another verbally. It was, but they would get on stage and that was their
communication.
We're communicating now because it's a shared experience. Even though we don't share the same language, this is our language, and we're talking to one another like this.
We didn't have that here. I noticed you had to go to New Orleans to get it, right?
Sure, yeah. Right. It's more blues thing, but New Orleans certainly is, the
difference between New Orleans and Chicago and Indiana, where you grew up, jazz-wise.
Was it like the Latin influence into some of the New Orleans stuff?
For sure. And up where I'm from, you are St. Louis and Chicago would be your two hotbeds. And a lot of folks came from down here and headed up that way. With the blues too, ended up in St. Louis and Chicago, but people don't realize that those were jazz havens. And honestly, a lot of the blues players, we were just having a conversation actually I don't know that Chris was in there. We were talking about Boogaloo Ames and how he was that blues boogaloo guy. Well, he was a jazz guy, known being a jazz guy, like in Detroit back in the day. So a lot of those blues guys really were jazzers, but that's a harder row to hoe. They were, it was easier to play because there are blues joints everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know those big cities were these melding pots of music.
Visit Mississippi.org. Got a big old smile on his face, like I often get to say, because I'm talking to music men. Jason Young, Chris Schultz. Go to visit Mississippi.org. You're on Super Talk Mississippi.
But I do believe we're in cold water, and I shall believe.
$20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music, Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
Patriotism is a...
We've got a bunch of bullet points that I made the guys write down that we talk about in this show, but it's not happening. So guess what they get to do? Whether they like it or not, tomorrow morning they're going to get up at some point before the first football game starts. It has to be, like maybe 10 to 10:45. I'm going to have to do part 2. So I've already invited them back. You guys good with that?
Sure.
Okay, this is what happens with us. It's like being in the bus or being in the green room. It just never ends. But I've been really so curious to hear from you guys. I know we've talked about your dads before, but every time I get a little bit of new information that I feel like that it's just so awesome to hear. Let's talk a little bit about Turquoise Willie in this last segment, and then tomorrow we'll jump into airport stories, packing for the airport, things that I apparently don't know some of it. Some of it I do. Song releases, we'll do that more. Your new podcast, I want to talk about that in the next show. Bus drivers over the year, we got to talk about that. And what is the Great Seeger Tour Plague? I don't even know what that is, but we'll talk about. I know I was out there with you, but I don't know about the plague part. But we'll dig into that. But let's talk about Turquoise Willie. What's been going on? I know you guys are going to be one of the headliner on Friday night of the Wildlife Heritage Festival this year in May. I'm excited about you guys doing that. But talk to me about sort of what's been going on.
Well, we've been kind of just mixing and mastering and getting the new stuff ready to go. And, we've been shelling up, I don't know, too many songs to count. And of course, our problem has been like trying to get the older stuff ready for release and then getting into a rhythm of continuing to not stop writing. And like when the faucet's on, and I'm afraid to ever turn it off because when you got great stuff coming, it's a great thing. So, but we're getting ready for our release. We got a new song called Sheriff coming out, and it's a little bit different. Everything so far that's been released has been electric. This is a little bit kind of like half stripped. So half unplugged, half kind of full band, still got live full drums and B3s and, and screaming vocals from Jason. And,
it's a really cool, it's sort of another facet people get to see, or hear rather, Chris sort of showing off his acoustic chops, which is cool.
I've noticed that my guitar, one of my acoustics are missing, in fact.
Hey, listen.
What is that? Is that you take it from me, Jason? No, it is a J. What?
Well, okay, so that's your J45 on the main lick on that song.
When did you do that? You keep my guitar, so why would you not?
Well, we recorded Sheriff, I think, earlier this year. Yeah. At Delta State.
Yeah, at the DMI, man. Studio A or B?
Studio B is a gym.
We like that little studio. We love it.
Just a great.
Not really small.
No, it's just
compared to the basketball.
Well, gym, honestly, we recorded the vocals and everything in B, but I'm playing the B3 on it, and that was in A.
Yep.
Yeah, that room, just a big old room, sounds so good. Yeah. But I do love B. B's just so accessible, but A, I've done a lot of great stuff in A. We have done a lot of fun stuff in A. A's been great. Great place to shoot music videos, too. It just looks like, where the heck are y'all?
Yeah, it's a good room.
Did you also use my fingers on that lick you made up? You created?
I may have borrowed them.
My guitar? I may have borrowed them. It was amazing. Well, so what made you guys, were y'all goofing off and decide, let's break away from electric? I mean, because it's still got all the energy that your other stuff has in its own way.
Here's the thing, Chris. So often he's coming up with, whether we because of doing the stuff with you, we're in hotels a lot, and a lot of times Chris will have an acoustic with him. And so he's working on stuff and this one just kind of happened. And he even took a run at it at the house with an electric.
Yep.
And
didn't have the same vibe.
Yeah. And he played for me and I was like, not for nothing, but I really think this one just really, it's real footing. It needs to be on acoustic. Let's just do it that way.
Well, is the whole record doing this?
Well, that's the thing. We have a whole record basically that is just slated to be acoustic stuff or hybrid stuff, kind of stripped, like a Stonesy kind of strip thing. Mm-hmm. And, it's kind of fun to get away, and, to do both sides of it. But we started that song on the boat on a cruise when we did a cruise, doing some shows. God, how many years ago was
you remember that? The Royal Caribbean thing that we did? And we did a 3-piece. You remember that, Steve?
Yeah, I didn't love back in the day, I didn't love doing that at all, by the way. Second of all, I didn't love the 3-piece we did there. I felt like the full band had more impact for the 1,500 people, 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's continue our conversation tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you, Jason and Chris Shields, Jason Young, my bandmates, but have their side band called Turquoise Willie, which I did not approve, but I'm still going to celebrate it because that's what I do. That's what I do. Visit Mississippi.org. That's what they do. Plan a road trip. You will be so proud of your Mississippi. The whole world comes to visit us, and a lot of times they never want to leave. And you know why? It's because of people like you. I'm Steve Azar.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.